Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is episode 2 of the Elvateher Diaries, and I've got my amazing client Amy on today, and we're going to talk about her journey because I feel like it's an inspirational one, coming from someone that never ever wanted to look at their reflection or even themselves in the mirror to now doing photo shoots, climbing mountains, doing things that she never thought she would ever do, like a fitness event, and just kind of proving to all women with PCOS that you can achieve anything that you want to achieve. And also she's lost 10 kg in the process, and she's just a completely different woman. So hello Amy, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
First question for Amy is just to kind of talk about her journey from being diagnosed with PCOS, coming through like a bad patch where she just didn't know what to do, nothing was working, to now like obviously coming through coaching and now we're in a really happy place. Kind of talk us through that journey and what happened. And
It's a little bit different for me than it has been for probably a lot of other women with PCOS, because I didn't find out I had it until after I had my second child. But once I had that diagnosis, it put a lot of different things into place that I had gone to see the doctor about, different symptoms, and they just addressed those different symptoms rather than putting them together and having a look at the bigger picture. And before I had my son, I almost was addressing it without realising it, because I was going to the gym 5 days a week, and the contraceptive that I use masks a lot of the symptoms anyway. So having that diagnosis when I had gone to the doctors because I had piled on the pounds after having my second child, and I just couldn't shift them as easy as I used to be able to do, it really changed a lot of things, and it was almost the start of the downhill struggle from that point, and it took years and years. Some of it I thought that I was doing well. I had gone back to the gym 5 times a week again, but I just wasn't seeing the same results that I had been before. You don't really get much support from the NHS when you've got PCOS, just because they're focusing on if you want to have a baby and you've got fertility issues. That's the main part of the help that you get from them, but you don't get support with your other symptoms. And if you don't want to have any more kids, or if you don't want to have kids at all, you don't get anything. And then I started with yourself, and the reason why I started with yourself, it wasn't because of my PCOS, it was to help with my partner as well, because he was feeling in a bit of a slump and in a bit of a loss himself. But the more I started going, the more I realised that I needed help as well. And then we hit that dark patch of crying on a treadmill, which everybody's been there, to really just knuckling down and actually researching and just doing so much more work in terms of what else I needed to do to help support my own journey. And it isn't just about going to the gym, and it isn't just about making sure that you've got enough steps in it and things like that. You've got to really look at everything else. So I've been a vegetarian for years, and just getting the protein in to help support with my muscle growth is important. So making sure that I was getting my protein in whilst also maintaining my being a vegetarian, getting my supplements in, researching all the different kind of supplements that you have, looking into all the different types of PCOS that there is out there, because there isn't just the one, and just making sure that I've got a supplement program that works for me. We work together really well and amend out my strength training to just stop me from hitting a wall and just being able to carry on. So that's been really good.
yeah, so it's been a lot of like trial and error, because like you've got PCOS, but every woman is completely different, and it's about finding what works for you in terms of everything. Like you can't really copy what someone else is doing, because it's about what your body responds best to. How would you describe yourself from then to now? What's the differences? How would you I don't know where I'm going with this. What's the difference between then and now is what I'm saying.
So even from a couple of years ago, I'd say I was a completely different person. I've got a lot more confidence in myself, but I'm harsher on myself as well, in terms of making sure I don't give up, making sure that when I do hit a rough patch that I'm addressing it straight away and not just hoping it'll go away by itself. But also trying to help other women as well going through the same thing, because it's difficult, and just having at least one person out there who knows what you're going through and can help, and even if it's just a case of, well, have you tried this, it just makes so much more difference than struggling by yourself.
Yeah, because I feel like it can be a very lonely world, like especially when you get that diagnosis, you feel like it's the end of the world sometimes, because you feel like, oh my god, I've got this now, this is going to make it 10 times harder, the world is like against me, like why is it so much harder for me than, you know, for someone else? And I feel like it can be quite a lonely world. What advice would you give to someone that's maybe just been diagnosed with PCOS, or they don't know which direction to go in?
Just reach out to somebody, or even just use social media as well, because there's so many people on TikTok and Instagram and on YouTube as well, where they are sharing their journeys but also sharing what's worked for them. Sometimes it's just taking that step and just Googling PCOS symptoms and just getting the information from there as a starting point. It's hard to do anything about it when you first get diagnosed, because you do feel like you're completely alone and you're just left to it, and it is an awful place to be in, despite the fact that the majority of women are there as well.
And what would you say to someone that's currently got PCOS and they're doing everything that they should be doing and they're not seeing any progress and they're feeling pretty shit? What advice would you give to them?
Just don't stop. Carry on going.
Don't stop believing.
Never. Okay. Yeah, don't stop. It's hard, but that's not going to last forever. You'll get through it. It might take weeks, it might take months, but you will get through it. So just don't stop what you're doing.
Yeah, it's all about being consistent and just being a bit more patient. Like, I know, you know, it might take a long time and patience might not be the thing that you've got, but being consistent and patient with what you are doing will obviously create the results, because I feel like a lot of women tend to start something, they don't see the results, so they do something else, and then they start something else, and because it's taking too long, they then think that nothing ever works. Sometimes they just give up and things just get on top of them, and it never works then. What are the differences that you've made from then to now, like to be able to lose 10 kg, to be able to gain the confidence that you've got now, to be able to kind of love yourself a lot more and appreciate your body instead of obviously rejecting it because it has got PCOS?
I think making sure that I got that protein intake, that's definitely one of the main things, making sure that the majority of the food that I've got is high in protein and low in fat as well, so it just helps with your body turning that fat loss into a muscle gain. I stopped weighing myself as well. I stopped jumping on them scales every week just to see the numbers go up or down. It doesn't help, and it's always going to fluctuate so wildly that you're never going to really put yourself in a good mindset of, oh right, okay, well at least it's going to do this, this and this, and just making sure that I wasn't scared to up the weights in my strength training, because it takes people so long to get bulky that you just upping your weights by 5 kg every couple of weeks is not going to make you bulky or man-like.
Yeah, no, that's a lot of bulk.
Yeah.
No, I love that. And what was my question then? I forgot. I know. We'll go. So Amy's just done her first ever fitness event, and I think it's very inspirational because she's showing that PCOS women can honestly achieve anything. You know, you can achieve the weight loss, but you can also achieve things that you never thought you would ever do. What was the reason behind doing the event? Why did you do it? How does it make you feel? What do you think that showed other women?
One of the things that I use to help me train and to help me not wallow in self-pity is I have to have something to work towards, and having an event like that to work towards where you've got a set criteria you've got to meet, you've got to have set amount of reps, you've got to do a set amount of weight, that really, really helps me with my journey in getting to where I am now. So having that goal is key for keeping your mind focused and away from, oh, well, what if I can't do this? What if I can't do that? And it was just so much fun. I'm hooked now, definitely. But it was so much fun to do. The environment that's there, and just seeing people from different like walks of life looking different completely. You've got the guy that was next to me in Paige looks exactly like the mountain that ride. He was an absolute mountain of a man.
She's just reminiscing.
I'm sorry, guys. But then across from us, there was somebody that must have been in their about 50s, absolutely repping it out. It was brilliant to see.
Yeah.
I loved it.
And how do you think that's made you feel now doing that? Like, it's kind of shown you that you can do anything?
Absolutely, yeah. It's made me so much more confident in my abilities, so that I can now go and do other ones, and I've got 2 more booked in.
Whoop whoop. Yeah, because I feel like one of the biggest things with women is they say they can't before they've even tried, and it puts them off straight away, and that's why they never ever do anything. They don't start the journey, they don't do the photo shoot, they don't do the fitness events. It's not just about fitness events, it's about anything in life. Like, they just say, oh, I can't do that, like, I'm not fit enough, I don't look like them, I'm not lean enough, I'm not strong enough, this, that, the other. And it's like that, I can, and it just shuts off the mindset completely, and then, you know, they don't do it. Yeah. What would you say to someone like that that's like kind of just saying, oh, I can't do that? And
you need to change that word, because as soon as you start thinking I can't, then you've instantly given yourself a way out. But really, it's you won't.
Yeah, you won't put the effort in. You won't put the work in.
You won't. So if you change that word in your head, it's like you can.
Yeah.
And of course you can do it. Anybody can do anything they put their mind to.
Absolutely, yeah. If you put the time and you put the effort in, you can honestly achieve anything. But it's the I can't. As soon as you say that, it's like you're switching off. Like, you know, you're just letting that win, and you're not wanting to show up for yourself. Like, you're not wanting to put that effort in. Like, it's just, yeah, a bit crazy.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There will be some things that you cannot do, and everybody's got a physical limitation. But until you try, you don't know.
Yeah, and I think that comes with like people don't like being shit at stuff. Like, you shit everything. Like, the thing that you start first, like running, for example, you start that and you're obviously going to be shit and slow. But if you give up then, you're never going to get better. But if you continue with it, then you're always going to get better.
Yeah. I mean, nobody's good at everything the first go.
Oh, God, no.
No. There's no overnight success. There's no people that are instantly perfect at everything. What people don't see is the work that other people put behind where they've gotten to.
Yeah, like, they see, like, your progress picture, for example, like, the fact that you've lost 10 kg, the confidence in yourself, the confidence, like, just in you as a person. They don't see the years of work that's gone into it, the research, the trial and error, the changes in the diet, the changes in your routine, stuff like that. They just kind of see a picture.
Yeah.
They don't see the work in it. And I think, again, being tough love here with PCOS women, it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take a lot longer than, like, me, for example. It's going to take a lot of trial and error, a lot of changes, but you've got to be willing to just put that extra effort in, that extra patience, that extra consistency, that extra time to get to where you want to be, because obviously it's doable.
Yeah.
We've come a long way. Like, you've achieved so much, and like, it is doable. You just gotta
work at it. You can't stop, but you can't also then be demotivated by people that can do it faster. So you'll have influencers, you'll have these fitness people on TikTok and on social media that make it look so easy, but again, you don't know the work that they've put in, and you also are going through something that is vastly different to these women.
Yeah, and everyone's different. Like, you can have PCOS, but two PCOS women are completely different in terms of, like, the symptoms and what works and what doesn't. How would you describe your confidence from then to now?
Oh, that's so much better. It's a struggle at times. There are times when I slip back into that mindset of, oh, I'm not where I want to be, or I don't look how I want to look. You just got to give your head a wobble and just tell yourself to shut up and recognise where you've gotten to.
Yeah, I think it's how you speak to yourself as well.
Yeah.
Like, change the way you speak to yourself, and that's how you'll feel. Like, if you speak to yourself like shit, you're going to feel like shit.
Yeah.
But I think if you change the way you speak to yourself, that's a huge thing in terms of how you feel. What tips would you give a PCOS woman in terms of like their nutrition, their training, anything that's kind of helped you that you think would be really good to kind of pass on to someone else?
It is, I try and stay away from giving out tips because everything does work differently for women, but I generally found becoming a vegetarian really helped. And it is because there is that enzyme in red meat that really does impact people with PCOS. But getting the supplements down is definitely something that every woman with PCOS needs to look into. And it's something that I will always tell people, this is a list of all the supplements that are going to help, and this is how they'll help you. So I work with a woman who also has PCOS, and she is struggling with her fertility. So I gave her the list of supplements that I take, and said, look, if you're struggling with your fertility, Innistal's the one that's going to really help you, because it'll help you with your weight, but it helps you regulate your periods. And it's just understanding what each supplement does and how you want it to impact you and what your goals are out of it. That is something that every woman with PCOS needs to do.
Yeah, and if you want that PCOS list, comment down below the supplements and I'll send it to you. Yeah, no, I love that. Anything else you'd like to say? Anything else you'd like to discuss? Anything that you want to give out to the world right now? This is your time on said YouTube channel. Like and subscribe if you want to see more. I have to keep putting that in.
Stay away from the word toned. You're building muscle.
Yes, we all hate the word toned because toned is not a word, okay? Toned basically means what?
You've built muscle. You've got muscle structure.
Yes.
That's it.
If you want a toned look, you have to build muscle. And what does muscle not do?
I don't know. Doesn't make you look manly.
Yes, it does not make
feminine with muscles.
Look at Amy. Amy looks great and she's got a massive bum. So if you want a massive bum, massive biceps, a nice back, you want muscle, you want that toned look that like these like fitness influencers have got, you have to build muscle.
You have got to build muscle.
Like we don't just get toned by going on the treadmill and running or walking. We do it by lifting weights. Yeah. There was a trend a few years ago, I say it was about 10 years ago, this woman at the time it would have been Instagram, and she was promoting that she got toned by eating 2 bananas a day. There's so much shit on social media. Like, honestly, do not believe everything that you see, because like I said, everyone's on a different journey, everything works differently for people, but some of the stuff that gets thrown around social media honestly makes me cringe sometimes, because I'm like, how, what?
It's so dangerous.
Misconception. I don't know what I'm saying here. There's so much rubbish on social media that you really have to be careful, especially when you've got PCOS. Try not to listen to everything, okay? You've got to work with what works for your body. Don't listen to what everyone else is saying. Like, there is some really good tips that I know, like, you know, walking after meals really helps your digestion, strength training 3 to 4 times a week, high protein diet like Amy said, reducing your amount of processed rubbish and processed foods and high sugar foods, and just sticking to the basics, like really working on your stress, like keeping your stress as low as possible, good self-care days, trying to really keep in like your stress hormone really like low, and just really focusing on them habits, like them day-to-day habits, your walking, your water intake, your sleep, your stress, your eating, stuff like that, and just doing it consistently over a long period of time will really help you see them results. So try not to get fixated on what everyone else is doing and all the noise on social media. Just honestly stick to the basics and you will see the progress, the results. And what would you say about me? What would you say about having a coach?
It's great, and I'm not being forced to say that. I've not got a gun to my head. No, honestly, having somebody like you has made it all the better for me to get to where I am right now. A lot of coaches out there, because I've been to some in the past, and it's just been a client on a spreadsheet or a number in a bank account, so they haven't really cared, but you do care, and that's what makes it all the best.
Oh, and why do I care?
Because because you're just a decent human being and we love you.
Oh, that's the nicest thing you've ever said to me. And what do I do within my coaching that makes you feel like that?
You're just down to earth. You don't make other people think that, oh, because you're the coach, that what you know is the right way. You work with people and you're just there for us as well. That really helped.
Oh, thanks. And what have I done to help your journey from then to now?
Worked with me, so we've come together and like I've said, oh, what about this, and we've tried it as an idea, and then you've gone away and done your own research as well and said, oh well, let's try this has got some merits to it. And it's just that collaborative work that we've done that's really 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 helped. And
Thanks.
The research that you're doing as well, like actually looking into things, that helps, because you don't have to do that, but you are.
Thanks. Anything else you'd like to say?
The confidence that I have. If I didn't have you, I don't think I'd be as confident as I am.
Cool. Thank you very much, Amy.